All right, guys. Happy Veterans Day. Today's Veterans Day. So I want to thank all the veterans that have served, whether you served 20 years ago or you're serving now, you served last year or whatever. I want to thank all the veterans because I know that's not an easy job. It's a lot of sacrifice. I got a couple of friends, who are veterans. I also have some of my family members, who are veterans, as well. And they are, they're out now, right? They're out now, but I know that it is not easy doing that type of thing, guys. I mean, I couldn't imagine. I never wanted to I never wanted to go to the Army or nothing like that. I never wanted to do that, but it's a good thing for some people who don't have direction. Hope that makes sense, right? So some people that have no direction, come sit down, that have no direction, I think is good, but I also think it's also good, for people to also gain experience. So let me make sure. Can you guys see me on this live over here on YouTube? Let me see if I can do this over here. Hold on. Okay, we good. All right. Let me see. Okay. All right, so we're good. So I also think it's a good way, guys, to get experience for yourself and to find, direction. So happy Veterans Day to all the veterans. Just happy Monday to everybody, who's going to their job right now, who's rocking in their business, who's doing things, that they need to do. So maybe start writing it out. But 1 times 1 is 1. 1 times 2. So start reading them. Sorry, guys. I'm a mom too, right? I'm a mom at the same time. Right. So some people's over there, right? So guys, I have with me Autumn, right? Autumn Buccum, who's one of my students in my mastermind. Now, me and Autumn connected, some time ago. And I told her that I wanted to do an interview with her so that she can tell the world, about her and herself and, what she's doing, now in her business. And I just like to empower women. Right. I like to inspire women. Right. Because I feel like if I've reached a certain level of success, that I can help some other people do that too. Right. So I'm not just keeping all my information to myself. I like to share a lot of information. You guys know on my YouTube channel, I share a lot of information. I send out a lot of emails. I post, a lot. And it's just to inspire people to know that they can do this as well. Guys, being a stay-at-home mom is a career, right? Working from home is a career, right? Being, an internet marketer is a career, guys. And this is the future, the 21st century, guys. The way we make money is on our cell phone, and it is the truth, guys. So I'm just gonna let Autumn, introduce herself and tell us, a little bit about her, what she's doing, and where she's trying to go. So Autumn, you can introduce yourself, tell us a little bit about you, tell us about your background and, how you're moving forward.
Hey, everybody. I am Autumn Buccum. I'm 34 years old. I live in San Antonio. I am a armed. My husband recently retired a couple of years ago. Originally from Ohio. I've always, I would say, been more traditional. I left high school. I went straight on to college. I got my degrees and I jumped right into corporate America, working in the managed care industry, working at health insurance companies for the last 10 years. And as I've gotten older, I've gone through 2 major layoffs in my career. So as I'm getting older and now I'm hitting mid-30s, I have really realized the importance of securing my financial future for my family. So I actually realized too that in order for me to meet my financial goals, having a regular 9-to-5 is just not going to really cut it. Mm-hmm. That I needed to learn how to incorporate multiple streams of income. I aspired, to be debt free, and I wanted to do more in general. So, I know that in today's technology, the way the world is going, you have to have a presence online. It's a lot of people that are successful working from home, making money on the internet and learning how to build their own business. So I was out on a quest to do the same thing. And I stumbled upon Tanisha several months ago, and I followed her for a long, long time. And what I was looking for was other women that looked like me, that were actually successful and who had the knowledge and was willing to share that knowledge without robbing me at the same time. We all know that there's a lot of junk on the internet, and I was honestly just looking for somebody down to earth, that knows what they're doing and that can help me to meet my own goals and get to where I'm trying to go as well. So, since I've met Tanisha, like I said, I followed her for quite some time before I actually mustered up the courage to just reach out to her. And then I finally just inboxed her one day. It was like I watched all of her videos on YouTube. I followed her on Instagram, on Facebook, and it was finally like I want to talk to her. I need to touch her. I need to interact with her. And I inboxed her on Facebook. And I pretty much just told her probably what lots of people tell her is, I'm trying to get off the hamster wheel. I'm tired of a regular 9 to 5. I want to learn how to make my own money. I want to be able to make as much or as little. I want to be free. You seem like you're doing the thing. How can I get involved? And I ended up joining her team through my econ. But it was through that she really opened the door for me to just branch out and move in all different directions. So even when I joined my econ, I'm thinking in my mind, okay, well, it's just another MLM opportunity. But little did I know that it was going to lead down this path of, no, that's not going to be the only thing we're doing. So here I am, fast forward several months later. I do have my econ business going. I've actually started an Amazon store after taking her Amazon Rockstar course. And I have really, with working with her, learned how to, open my eyes to see different opportunities for myself, how to create those opportunities, how to dig into myself and find my niche, find what I like to do, what makes me happy, what's getting me out of bed every day besides being a mom and a wife. And how can I position myself so that I can start to incorporate multiple streams of income. So, just my personal experience working with Tanisha, she's like an angel for me, in helping me to have that confidence to really know that I can do this. If everybody else is doing it, why can't I do it? And just having that confidence to not be afraid to do what I want to do, whatever it is.
Right. So Autumn, a couple of months ago, recently, Autumn lost her job, right? Her job said bye-bye, right?
Yes.
The job was like, bye-bye, boo-boo. We don't need you no more, right?
Yes.
So this is what jobs do for you guys that don't believe that you can be next one to say bye-bye, right? So Autumn, she told me, she was like, Tanisha, I lost my job. I'm feeling down. So guess what? I started sending her all type of hearts and everything. I was happy. I was congratulating her. I was happy for her because I understand. Remember, I got fired from my job. I didn't get laid off. I got fired from my job, right? And that was the best thing, guys, that ever happened to me, okay? And it does something to you because now you're forced to go look for other things that's going to help you fly, right? And expand. See what Autumn did it right? So Autumn already had a coach on board when she lost her job, right? Because the real deal is, if she didn't have a coach, she probably would have started looking for another job, right? Because
Yep.
that's what we do, right? We're used to doing what we used to doing, right? But because Autumn saw the value in having someone in her corner to tell her and guide her in the right direction, Autumn was saying, you know what? I'm going to seize these opportunities. I'm going to do my econ. I'm going to step into my coaching. I'm going to start really, you know, helping people, right? So Autumn, tell us, you know, the opportunities that you have been presented with in the last, you know, couple of weeks since your job laid you off.
Well, one big one is I have decided to embark on my own catering business. So this is what I I just kind of one day I said I'm gonna make an Instagram page and I'm gonna just start every time I cook something, I'm gonna just start posting pictures of my food. And in that same week, 2 days later, I had a branding company here locally inbox me and say, hey, your food looks amazing. We want to help you with your branding and your marketing. We think you would really do good in this market. You need to come and sit down and talk to us. So that was number one, about 2 days after making a page. Then this last week, I was invited to participate in what's called Black Restaurant Week here in San Antonio, where I'll be doing cooking classes coming up in February, at the end of February, early March, as one of the vendors. So, you know, that's something big, something that I never would have thought to do. I honestly, if I was still working, I probably would have said, no, thank you. I don't want to participate. But I'm just in a position now where anything that comes my way, yep, figure it out along the way, you know.
That's right.
Not scared, you know.
Right. That's right. See, losing a job, guys, is not a bad thing, right? People think that it is. But losing a job, guys, is not a bad thing. See, when you have a job, you're one track minded, right? You're only like, I'm just going to do this job and this job only. So you're not open to opportunities, right? See, the universe knows what we're doing, right? That's why you can't perpetrate the fraud, right? Because the universe knows what we're doing, right? So when you have a job, you're one track minded, you're focused on that paycheck, and that is it. And people go through life 45, 55, 75, 85, the same one track mind, and never stop and say, I am open-minded to new things. Now that Autumn does not have a job, which I am grateful that she doesn't have a job. Now she's open. You see? She's open now to opportunities, right? She had 3 opportunities fall in her lap, but because she was ready. See, the job doesn't help you guys. The job does not help you. I am telling you right now. Your job keeps you in one space, in one spot, and you can't move, and you're closed-minded, right? So I'm happy Autumn got laid off. Just like my other student, Crescenta, she just put in a 2-week notice and I'm done with this shit, right? Because once you start getting around people like me, for real, right, I'm going to make you think. Right? I'm gonna start making you believe in yourself, right? Because at the end of the day, I have contagious energy, and it's a good energy, right? And I make people understand that, you know what, you're working your ass off for someone else that just can lay you off at the drop of a dime. But you're working hard for that person. Why don't you use that same energy and work for you? This is not rocket science. It's not rocket science, right? It's all about seizing the opportunity. And I am grateful that Autumn trusted me because she had to trust me, right? She had to trust that, you know what, Tanisha can show me how to get shit done, right? I mean, listen, like I said, guys, I'm just a guide, right? I can't make nobody do nothing, but Autumn trusted me, right? In turn, she believed in herself, right? To be able to get things done, right? So tell us about your entrepreneur journey, you know, Autumn, from when you started to want to become, you know, entrepreneur, you know, the mindset you have and the mindset that you have now that you are a full-time entrepreneur. So it's like going from a part-time to a full-time entrepreneur. How was that kind of like that transition?
The transition has actually been scary and amazing all at the same time, if that makes sense.
Yep, it does.
But I started with the part-time mindset, like, oh, I'm just gonna dabble into it and do it on the side since I'm still working and I still have the security of my paycheck. And so when I get extra time, I'll do it. So earlier this year, I've always wanted to do it, but earlier this year I decided, oh, I'll try and I'll set up a Shopify store. And I set it up. Um, and honestly, I didn't know as much as I know now. So I know why my store didn't do as well as I wanted it to do. And
Mhm.
I ended up putting a lot of money down a black hole. Um, so I kind of had to regroup, stop what I was doing. And then, like I said, by this time, I start searching online. Like, I know somebody know what they doing, how to set up their business, and I gotta find them. So I went on a hunt to find. I said, I know there is a network of people. So I started with watching Cater. Then I started watching Keisha Bass, and then I found Tanisha. Now Tanisha was the one that her you got my attention, so it made me, I went to your page, like I kind of stalked you a little bit, but I started watching you and things that you were doing, and I'm like, she is killing it out here. She knows what she's doing. She's not faking. I probably joined all of your email lists just so I can track you and see what your emails are looking like. And I'm like, she has a funnel. She's done photo shoots, like she has a whole link, and she's actually on social media all day, every day. Like, and then when I inboxed you, you actually responded. And I was like, okay, we on to something here. But doing that made my light bulb come on. Like, okay, once I get connected with her, I'm gonna do this. So once I joined the My Econ, and I said, okay, this is like hitting the reset button for me. So back in the summer, and I joined the My Econ, I said, I'm gonna learn how to set it up correctly so that in the long term, I can really start to turn into a true entrepreneur, not a entrepreneur. I don't want to
Right.
do this and then jump ship, 3, 4 months later. I was committed. Like, I know it takes a long time before you start to see the financial benefits, but
Right.
you have to, grow in your mind. It's a transition, and that's the one thing that open and then get rich in 2 days. But mentally prepare to go down entrepreneurship. So for me right now, I'm definitely nowhere near where I want to be, but the transition I've made just in the last 4 or 5 months is unbelievable. Like, you have to really believe that you can do this, and you have to be committed to your own goals. So it's taking writing things down. And I remember our first conversation, Tanisha, and you was like, when you want to go buy a house, you got to go sit down with somebody. When you want to go buy a car, you got to go sit down with somebody. And then people want to start a business, but they don't want to go sit down with
Right.
somebody,
Right.
which is
Right.
so true.
Right.
Like, you know,
Right.
I I never would have thought that it was so important to make sure you have a coach or a mentor or something,
Mhm.
somebody in that capacity to help
Right.
you write out your
Right.
goals. What are your
Right.
strategies? It's so much that you have to go through
Mhm.
to set your long term. So you have said it time and time again. Don't focus on the money in the beginning, especially.
Right.
You have to transition, get your mindset, get your education up, learn to put your marketing system together, learn your market. What is your message? What is your vision? Those are so many things that you have to have in place before
Right.
you can start getting out there just talking to people trying to get in their wallet. And
Right.
then once you open yourself to learning, all of that stuff starts to come naturally anyway.
Right.
So for me, I'm still learning. I have put myself in a place of I am learning. I am right now. I'm just trying to position myself and my business to be a reliable source, and that's here for long term. So, like I said, I feel like I'm still a baby in this, but I am learning, I'm transitioning. I had to get my mind together, and then going through a layoff, I had to kind of get over that too. Get out of the mindset of a worker. You're not a worker anymore. You're an entrepreneur.
Right.
I can command any opportunity that I want to, but I have to be open to it, and I have to position myself to be able to do that.
Right.
So, I'm still growing. I'm still, learning, but I'm also, I see that there's not enough resources online. There's not enough good information out there. So, one of my goals is that I can create my own network of people that I can help and touch and impact
Right. Right.
to do this, because more and more I interact with people are not in the good mindset. People don't
Right.
believe that they can do this.
Right.
People don't believe that it's real. They're too busy thinking it's a scam.
Right.
They're still wasting their money on things that don't add value to their lives. They're not reading.
Right.
They're not trying to get education. They're still consumer. They still have the consumer mindset. So,
Right.
if I could just be a resource to help and inspire other people, other newbies that need help setting up their marketing systems, their funnels, and learning how to be financially literate, then
Right.
that is something that I aspire to do.
Awesome. 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 So Autumn's on the right track, right? See, I always say success leaves clues. Failure also leaves clues too, right? So Autumn is on the right path now. And the biggest thing, guys, I want to tell you, right, is that if you do not change this, don't worry about nothing else, because you won't be successful, guys. I'm telling you, it's like sometimes I feel like I gotta beg people to change their mind, because there's so many opportunities when you start to change your mind and believe, like Autumn said, believe in that she can do this. Okay, guys, anyone can do this, right? Anyone can do this if you're willing to change your mind, if you're willing to follow the success principles, right? If you're willing to do whatever it takes and make it happen. So I'm happy for Autumn, because now she's a full-time entrepreneur, even though she's just starting, guys. Do you know how many people struggle for years to get where she's at the starting point, right? But see, Autumn's a trooper, right? And she believes in herself, right? And then working with me, I made her believe in herself. Like, you can do this, Coach Autumn, right? You got to be having some clients to coach, right? So This is the things, guys, that we need, right, in our realm. We need to be around winners. We need to be around successful people. We cannot win, guys, if we do not get around success. If you think you can be successful just being at your job, doing your business part-time, you are fooling yourself, guys. My job fired me, so I was forced to do this, right, and make it work, all right? Autumn job got rid of her. So now she was forced to do this, guys. See, going to a job, guys, it only serves one purpose, right? For you to make money, right? But why not have time, right? Why not have some type of mindset, right, that's going to allow you to be open to opportunities? Like Autumn said, people think everything's a scam, but they never think their job is a scam. They never think their job is scamming them. Meanwhile, I got people 45, 55 cannot retire. 65, 75 cannot retire from their job because there's not enough money. Right? See, the internet has changed that, guys. See, the new way, guys, making money is on your cell phone, but it's easy to get rich in this 21st century, right? So I have a goal, right? To help 1,000 families, not just one woman, right? Not 1,000 women. I'm talking about 1,000 families, and that can end up being 50, 60,000 people, right? Because now if I show Autumn, right, how to get this thing done, now Autumn is going to go show how many other people, right? And then now those people are going to show. See, it's a ripple effect, right? It's a ripple effect. That's how we're each one, reach one, teach one. Right. Yeah. So I give people skills. I teach skills. Not let's just make money. I'm teaching you a skill set, how to build an Amazon store. Right. That's virtual real estate. Amazon is not going no damn where. Yep. Okay. That is building virtual real estate. I'm showing people how to set up sales funnels. Everybody needs a funnel. It doesn't matter what business you're in. That's a skill. People struggle year on year, guys, because they never invest to learn something new. Like I said, if Autumn, right, not saying, you know, if she wouldn't have got another coach or whatever, but Autumn needed some guidance, right? She got it right before her job let her go. Because if not, she would have all this anxiety. She would have had nobody to talk to come to and say, you know, what should I do? What do you think? Right? Someone to vent to. And she would have been looking for another job. Right? And a lot of people are like that because they cannot see a bigger picture. They don't have any vision for themselves. And I'm happy that Autumn has a vision, right, for herself. I'm happy that Autumn now has stepped into the opportunity of cooking, right, and being able to now get herself exposed. And now, once she does this, now more opportunities, guys, will start to trickle down and keep coming and keep coming. It's like, damn, I should have lost my job 5 years ago. Yeah. Right, for real. For real. Like, this is what the mindset that I want people to think. Like, damn, I should have lost my job. I should have got fired a long time ago. Right? I should have got rid of this shit long time ago. Like my other student, Crescenta, she put in her 2-week notice. She said, you know what? I'm done with this bullshit. I should have put my damn 2-week notice in months ago. Yeah. Right? It's no joke, guys. It's no joke. Freedom is priceless, guys. Freedom is priceless. I'm telling you guys, freedom is priceless, right? Whether you want financial freedom, time freedom, or you want happiness freedom, right? A lot of people are not happy. They search their whole life looking for happiness, right? Or you want love freedom, be able to love people freely, right? Being able to help people freely. I always tell people, yes, people have to invest in themselves, but as a coach, you have to be able to coach people freely, right? That means you're not seeing people as a dollar sign. Yes, we need money, right? But you can't see your clients and your teammates as a dollar sign because that's who you treat them. You got to be secure with you, right? Like I got to look at my bank account and I got to be able to feel good, right? So now I can go coach Autumn, right? In a way where she feels it, not just, oh, I'm just trying to get a dollar. I'm just trying to get her money. No, she feels like, you know what? Tanisha's really trying to help me. Right? She's really trying to make me understand, you know, this thing, right? And like Autumn said, a lot of people say that, you know, it's a scam or whatever. But guess what? What happens when you turn 55? What happens when you turn 45? What happens when you turn 75? Now you're like, damn, I wish I would have joined that scam. I wish I would have did that scam. I wish right. But see, now it's too late. Now it's too late because at 55, 65, 75, you don't have the attention to be able to build online, because online, guess what, guys? That shit changed like this. It's like every day Facebook coming up with some new shit. The email system coming up with some new shit. Now Instagram got a whole nother different platform. This is doing that. This is like, damn, every time you log in, it's a different thing, right? So over 55, you're set in your ways. Right. So it's harder for you to grasp things besides, you know, just going to your job. So millennials, anybody under 39, we're more open-minded to the internet. Right. We're on the internet every damn day of our life. Right. Every damn day. Right. So I just tell people, learn how to leverage where the people are at. People are on Instagram, people are on Facebook, they're on YouTube. Get their attention, right? Get them involved with what you're doing, and you'll never be broke, right? My goal is to have people following me, right? I want millions of people following me. I don't want money, right? I want millions of people following me because guess what? Money comes from people, right? Money comes from people. So I'll always have money if I always have people, right? I will always have money if I always have people. That's why I do a lot of advertising on Instagram and I do a lot of YouTube videos and I send out a lot of emails, guys. Today, my goal is to make $2,000. right? And how will I get that done, right? By communicating with people on social media, right? And guess what? It'll happen, right? It's going to happen for me, right? But I believe that. And being an entrepreneur, guys, you got to know how to secure your bag. See, at a job, you can't secure shit, right? As an entrepreneur, guys, you got to secure your own bag, right? And how do you secure the bag? By producing results. Period. I don't give a fuck how much effort you're doing or none of that. Okay. It's about producing results so that the money can show up in your bank account. All right, guys. So at the end of the day, entrepreneurship, guys, is the way. All right. It is the way, guys. And I want people to become more entrepreneur minded, more open minded, looking to win and grow and have more. Right. And being financial literate. Right. Because you're already free. You get free here. Right. Like I said, 80% of success is here. Right. So once you get this together, you can do anything. Right. You can be free in love. You can be free in happiness, free in your finances, and free in your health. See, now also, too, Autumn now has the opportunity to focus on her health more. You see, as entrepreneurs, we can focus on the things that matter. See, as an employee, you can't focus on the things that matter. You can't focus on your kids. You can't focus on your marriage. You can't focus on your spouse. You can't focus on your money. You can't focus on your wealth. So entrepreneurship, guys, allows us to be able to do this, right? But you got to believe it. You can't be scared. Right? You can't be scared to invest in yourself. You can't be scared to literally jump off the cliff and build a parachute for yourself on the way down. Right? We cannot be scared to do that, guys, because the road for entrepreneurship, guys, is what? Right? Gold. Right? We're walking on a golden path, but the road for employee is construction, rocky roads. Right? Don't know where your next move is. Don't know where your next money's coming from. I don't want to be like that, guys. I want to be able to secure the bag for real. Right? And I'm glad Autumn now sees the picture of I'm going to secure the bag for real this time, because now is the time to seize these opportunities, guys. If you keep making excuses, all you're going to do is make excuse come 55, come 75, come 85. You already dead if you make an excuse for the future, right? I'm going to an event, Grant Cardone event in February. I'm telling everybody you need to get there. People are already making future excuses. How the fuck do you make a future excuse?
Yeah.
People make future excuses. Oh, I can't go. It's in February. What are you talking about? That's 3 4 months out. What are you talking about, right? But when you have the loser mindset, it's like everything in your life is an excuse. If money also too is always going to be an excuse, it's going to always be an excuse. Right? That's why you got to change your mindset, guys. It's one thing to be broke and another thing to be broke-minded, because you can change your broke-mindedness, right? You can change yourself. People make excuses all the time. People say they want to be successful and they absolutely do nothing to be successful. Isn't it crazy? Right? It's the craziest thing. And Autumn, you're going to see a lot of people that you may want to work with, right? And you may want to coach, but you got to understand, right? There's a lot of life coaching that comes with business coaching. I'm about to put a title as a life coach. Shit. All these people I got that I'm coaching, they got to work with the end. They got all this to work on. How can I help you make 10,000? How can I help you make 5,000 if you don't even believe that you can make that type of money? Right. So you can build a funnel. You can build a sales funnel. You can do all of this stuff. But guess what? At the end of the day, right, you got to be able to believe that you can do this. You got to be able to believe, like Autumn said, to go make an impact in people's lives. God gave us the tools already.
Let me give you an example.
The tools. What you said?
So in February of 2015, after working for a company for over 6 years, I was eliminated, right?
Mm-hmm.
So then that's when I first got the little itch to embark on entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
So a couple of months into it, I decided to set up an Etsy store where I used to make handmade beaded hats.
Okay.
And I actually did okay. I started getting a few orders, but because the orders were sporadic and I would go through a phase where I made a lot of money, then I wouldn't make any. It was just unpredictable. I
Mm-hmm.
quickly decided, up, I don't want to do this. I'm going to get a job. And so what did I do after 8 months of being unemployed? I went right back to the hamster wheel
Right.
and I got a whole nother job. And
Right.
then here I am, a couple years later, got laid off again.
Mm-hmm.
So for me, I go back to 2015 when I had a prime opportunity to really branch out. I can't help but to think how much further along I would be in my process now had I not given up on myself 3 years ago, which is
Right.
probably why now for me, I'm bound and determined. No, I'm not giving up. This is what I'm doing. I made
Right.
a commitment to myself a few months ago,
Right.
but it all started in my mind. I quickly told myself, no, you cannot do that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not going to work. You need to go back to get a job so that you have this fake security of a paycheck every 2 weeks.
Right.
And then later, fast forward, I get laid off again.
Right.
And it's like these companies do not care. They care about their bottom line.
Right.
So if you're making the money that you're making and it's good money, unfortunately, you can be one of the first people on the chopping block when it comes time to do layoffs because they want to get rid of that salary because they need to save it because they're trying to meet their bottom line, which
Right.
I know is what happened to me. But
Right.
it's because of my mindset that I put myself back in that position anyway.
Right.
So listen to Tanisha when she's saying it starts all in your mind. Like making 10,000 a month for some people that sounds impossible, unbelievable, but that's real if you position yourself to
Right.
do that. You can make way more than that. You can
Right.
make as much or as little, but
Right.
you have to believe that you are more than whatever your job has told you that you are valued at. So if your
Right.
job told you you're only worth 50,000, don't, like, you're doing yourself a disservice to really hold on to that and only value yourself at 50,000.
Fifty
You're much
thousand.
more
Right.
than that.
Right, right, right. But the thing is too, right? Like I have these things around. So I got this little sticky, and then I have a $20 bill with my gold on there. I have a board in my office where I teach my children and I teach my team when they come over, to my home office. So I write this stuff out, guys, right? How many people have written their goals out for 2019 already? Right? How many people see entrepreneurs? We do this, right? Employees don't do this, right? So it's a mindset thing that, you know what, I can make $100,000 a month. See, before, right, I started making 10 grand a month. I'm like, man, that's a lot of money. Shit, 10 grand a month, man. Listen, I'm rich. Till I started making it, I'm like, wait, this is not a lot of money. Right? I thought it was, right? But as you grow and as my mind started to expand, I'm like, $10,000 is like $10 for real. Wow, I need more money. So now in order for me to get to 100,000 a month, all I got to do now is keep positioning myself to help more people. Right? I'm looking for opportunities to help more people. So today is Veterans Day. Right. So like I said, I thank all the veterans for, serving. So I'm giving 50% off to the veterans, right, that are on my list and that follow me on my courses. That's a way for me to help people. They save $250. I make $250. It's a win-win situation. Right. I'm looking to help more people. I always look for opportunities to help, to be a vessel to someone else, to be of service to other people, guys. And this is what we need to think about when becoming entrepreneurs and stepping into the entrepreneurship world. Because like I said, guys, right? The only way that this thing works is if you are producing results and consistent results. Okay, this is why, or like Autumn said, positioning is everything, guys. Understanding who your market is, understanding who you want to serve, understanding who you want to cater to. It is not hard, guys. Now, what is the difference, Autumn, from when you got laid off in 2015 and when you got laid off now?
Well, I would say definitely when I got laid off the first time, I was more concerned about, I would say it was more of an ego thing. You know, I got laid off, I got the boot, you know, and I'm looking at all of I got degrees, and why did I get the axe and other people didn't? And just more, I'm worried about my position and status within a company, that I wasn't even thinking about entrepreneurship and having my own job. And then even when I set up my little Etsy store, I was only worried about the money. So because it wasn't producing the instant gratification, the results that I wanted, I quickly threw it to the wind. Like, and then once I started working, one big takeaway I had was now I no longer have the same loyalty to any company, because I already went into it knowing I'm just a number. They can get rid of me at any time, which is why this time when it happened, I will say I wasn't as devastated as I was the first time, because I already knew it could happen at any time. I know that businesses, at the end of the day, they were worried about their bottom line. So if, you know, reducing their overhead by reducing employees and laying off people, they don't care what bills you got and personal things going on. Which is why I already had that bug in me that I need to start creating my own streams of income. You have to take charge of your own financial future, your own financial security, and you need to learn how to make your own money. Position yourself to do that, whether you have a job or not. So for me, in those 3 years, the amount of knowledge that I had, it was totally different mindset this time. You know, totally, you know, the things that I knew, I've learned so much more in 3 years than I didn't really know as much as I know now. So 2015, like I said, I was still a worker bee. I still had that worker mindset, still kind of brainwashed stuff, you know, where you went to school and now you're in a corporate job and you should be, you know, doing A, B, and C. Hell, you should be almost the CEO by now. You know, you still have that mentality. Versus now. When it happened this time, I already was kind of starting to do my own thing on the side. So it really wasn't as devastating, like I said, like it was the first time.
Now, the first time that you got laid off, who did you hire?
I didn't hire a coach either. I was out here by myself trying to figure it out, and thinking, why I got to pay somebody to tell me certain things? I could figure it out on my own. And I didn't figure out nothing. I ended up, I crashed and burned really quickly. And then I went right back into worker mentality. I need to go find a job so I can have a regular paycheck coming in every 2 weeks.
So now the difference this time is that you had a coach, right?
Yeah.
And you had someone in your corner. See, your coach has a vested interest, right? I have a vested interest in you. It's not just pay me money and then that's it. I have a vested interest now in helping you, right? To achieve what you want to achieve. So when you told me that, what did I tell you? I started sending you hearts and congratulating you and all that. So that right there made you trigger. Now, if I was the type of coach like, oh my God, you lost your job. Oh no, we don't know what we're going to do. Man, listen, fuck that job. I'm happy you got a fucking job. Now you can pursue your dream for real. Now you got time for real, right? To be able to do what you want to do. And that made you think like, you know what? She's right. Right? My coach is right. Right? She knows what she's talking about. Oh my God. You know what? It's time for me to boss up. Right? That's all you thought you. Now it's time for me to boss up. I'm not gonna throw a pity party. I'm not gonna go look for another job. Man, listen, I'm about to really take this making money from your cell phone to the next fucking level. I'm gonna be making money from my cell phone.
You told me to move towards the things that you want.
Right.
So that's something that has stuck in my mind is, so now when every time something gravitates towards me, I'm like, yeah, I'm all for it. Let's do it. Let's try it.
Right. Right.
I
Right.
need
Of
to
course.
closer to what I want. If it's something that I think I might want later, yes, the
Right.
answer is yes. Yes.
Right. 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 So Autumn has said yes to her life, to changing her life, guys. Right. And you don't have to hire me as a coach. And in the first place, I don't work with everybody because I'm not interested in everybody and I don't like everybody's energy. Right. I have a high energy. And if you can't even try to get yourself up there, then guess what? We won't be good anyway working together. See, Autumn, right? She understood it. See, I set the ground for us working together. I let Autumn know this is what you can expect from me, and this is what I expect from you. And me and Autumn's been working together. Now, guess what? She has the confidence that she can go create. She has the confidence now that she's open-minded to getting herself to the place where she wants to be. Nobody's where they want to be at, right? Everybody, we're all striving towards something. Well, entrepreneurship, we're striving towards something. We're striving towards better. That's why setting goals is so key. Every entrepreneur should be in 2019 already in their mind. Right? Employees, they wait to January 1st, 2019 to be in 2019. Right? So we think ahead, right? Think about like Walmart. They already got Christmas stuff out. Christmas haven't even came yet. Right? They already got New Year stuff out. Next thing you know, after Thanksgiving, you're gonna start seeing Valentine's shit.
Yeah.
They're already there. See, as business owners, we gotta forward think because we gotta have that vision for ourselves. Employees don't. Right, guys? So it's a hard transition, but wouldn't you want to be able to experience some time freedom, some love freedom, some happiness freedom, and some financial freedom? Your job can't do it, right? So it's going to take a lot. I always tell people it's going to take a lot of sacrifice. It's going to take a lot of leaving your comfort zone to do things. It's going to take a lot of money. Take a lot of money to do this, despite what people may say. Or you can start a business for $35. Okay, let's see how far you get with $35 business. Right. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you can start there, but you got to know once you start investing in yourself, guys, it becomes a trickle effect. You got to keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it and keep doing it. And when you invest in yourself, that makes you get out of your comfort zone. It makes you start to believe that you're worth $1,000, you're worth $2,000, you're worth $3,000, you're worth $7,000, you're worth $100,000 because you're spending the money on yourself. You're investing the money. I tell people the best investment is you. The best person to invest in, guys, is yourself. Self-development, personal development, building your self-esteem. You can't do that at a job, guys, because you got too much anxiety, right? You got too much anxiety with your boss. You got too much anxiety with your coworkers. So you cannot focus on being great, guys. So I'm happy when people lose their job, get fired, get laid off, or whatever the fuck, right? Because you don't need a job anyway. The purpose of a job is to what? Just make money. I can show you how to make 1,000 plus on your doggone cell phone from home. Right? And you could travel and go wherever the hell you want to go, right? At the end of the day, guys. So I thank Autumn for allowing me to interview her, on my channel, guys. So Autumn, tell us, where we can find you, where can people follow you, on your social medias and stuff.
I'm all over. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Snapchat. I'm on YouTube as well. Work with Coach Autumn is my handle. So it's pretty consistent everywhere. I think Facebook is Autumn Buccum. But I'm all over. I'm always on my phone, always on the computer. So I'm, anyone that wants to reach out to me, feel free to inbox me, DM me. I'm willing to help people, along my journey. So feel free to reach out.
Right. Awesome. Awesome, guys. So happy Monday to all the people in the world and internet land. I want you guys to go for, set your goals for 2019. Right. Let's act as if we are full-time entrepreneurs. I've been doing this for 5 years. Right. I've been acting. I've been doing it. My bank account show. Bob Proctor said your bank account tells the truth. Right. So everybody out here perpetrating the fraud and living on a wish and a prayer, look at your bank account. Does it make you feel happy or does it make you feel sad? You determine that, guys. But happy Monday, guys. Like I said, for the veterans, you're getting 50% off. All I got to do is need your email. I'll send you an invoice, to your email, and then you will get either the Rockstar course or you'll get my Amazon course. And I'm only doing this for veterans. So if you call me and say, Tanisha, I'm a veteran, and you're lying, guess what? Remember I told you? I live in the universe. I live with God. I'm from the universe. So God enough, right? And you ain't going to make no fucking money anyway because you lied, right? So at the end of the day, baby, I'm still good. I'm still good either way, honey. Okay, guys? So happy Monday. Guys, make sure you follow Autumn in all the places, that she's at, guys. She's up and coming, entrepreneur. She's doing her thing. She's helping people, change the world, guys. So happy Monday, guys. I'll see you at the top.